I'm back with great news. The IRS repeal the funding bill passed.
The yeas are 221 and the nays are 210. The bill is passed. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Promise is made.
It's going down the drain now. The financial system that we know it is crumbling. It's falling apart. Be ready for it. And the next that we have on the list is getting our country back to health. So the health is now on the table. We have our first lawsuit. Yep, you heard it. First lawsuit. The lawsuit is against the FDA, the Food Drug Administration, and it is literally coming down the pike that the Children's Health Defense is suing them. All right, so it's the first lawsuit. Those of you who have any injury, I'm going to be announcing anything I find out. I do know that they have been talking about the Nuremberg 2.0 trials going to start by mid-summer.
And after you have heard all the evidence, we are confident that you will recommend indictments against all 6 putative figurehead defendants: Christian Drosten of Germany, Anthony Fauci of the United States, Tedros of the World Health Organization, Bill Gates, BlackRock, and Pfizer.
All of these agendas that they had, those of you who know of Agenda 21, Agenda 30, it's fallen apart. Now, Agenda 21, they rolled it out, but it did not be a success with a reduction the way they had hoped. So I'm hoping this all gets put to a stop, and anybody that is not doing well, the lawsuits that are starting to come out now, this is the first one for the Children's Defense. More are going to follow. That's always what happens. When one is accepted, you got a train load of others that will follow. So anybody who participated in pushing it, kind of trying to convince you, trying to force you in any way, yeah, look out. All of this is really coming to head. I'm telling you, it's like fast and furious with the news right now. So I will definitely let you know if I hear anything else. Okay, so we got that going on. So let's just hope that very soon things will be happening to help repair the health and the welfare of our nation in America. Okay, the next thing I have on the list is it's heating up over there in Ukraine. There are operations now in play, and we already have Rand Paul trying to halt it on our end. He's asking for sanctions from the Ukraine to make them basically shake hands and try to make some sort of a deal with Russia.
Favor or oppose some sort of arrangement similar to your arrangement where sanction removal was traded to enhance diplomacy. Do you favor that for legislative sanctions on individuals?
Senator Paul, in the context of a Russian decision to negotiate seriously and withdraw its forces from Ukraine and return territory, I would certainly favor, and I believe Secretary Blinken would also favor,
I don't think hardly taking off sanctions on a member of the Duma is going to be traded for the end of the war. I mean, I wish it were that easy. What I'm talking about is allowing members of their Duma, many of whom may be favorable to our country, to travel to our country, and vice versa. I'm talking about diplomatic legislative exchange. I'm not talking about trading it for peace. I'm sure that would be great, but I don't think that's really on the table, trading, removing sanctions on Senator Risch for peace. I wish that were important enough, but I don't know that that's going to happen. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about very small, incremental removal of sanctions on legislative members in exchange for them doing the same.
I also found this interesting video. Okay, so that pairing with Rand Paul is just Guys, things are really falling apart. Like I said, there are operations in play right now, and from what I have understood, part of the operations are going to include NATO getting involved. We already heard Biden asking for South America to give their equipment, their old equipment, and then we would give them new equipment. I don't know where he's getting this money from, but hello, we've hit the debt ceiling. And then we have NATO joining. Belarus is going to hit the northeast side, and Hungary is going to hit the south side. It's heating up over there, guys. So hopefully, we can get a resolution out of this and move on, really just move on to having wealth and success in everybody's life, in everybody's country. And one last thing before I close this video out is the national debt clock. Everybody is starting to notice that the dollar against the oil and the metals is set to zero. Because, come on, we know the dollar doesn't have worth. There's nothing backing it. And they're showing it now on the debt clock. So more signs, guys, more signs. We are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Everything is going to start escalating, really coming out more in the news about what's going on. So that's what I have, and if I hear anything more, I'll be back with more news.